Morning, guys. Morning, Keith. Are you, Keith? Are you part of the Nikkei crew in the evening? Good morning, Sergey. Good morning, Akshath. Good morning, Frizu. Yeah, so guys, I'm just kind of waiting here a few minutes. The Nikkei, NKD. Are you part of that evening group that trades the Nikkei in the evening? How's that going? I guess the times that you do participate, is it pretty good? Is it okay? Good. All right. Good morning, Alejandro. Good morning, Frank. Buenos dias. Frank, it's El Entrenador, Ray. Good morning, Frizu. Thank you, Frizu. Appreciate that. All right, guys. So I do have the risk disclosure up. Most of you are already very much familiar with it, so I'm not going to read it verbatim here. But rest assured here, guys, that the information I'm providing here as the market trader, or at Ray, the market trader, is to be treated as general information only. Okay. None of the information that I'm providing here is intended to be investment advice to offer, buy, or sell any instrument, security, or fund. Okay, we all understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and that we should only be using risk capital that we can otherwise afford to lose without compromising our lifestyle. Okay, again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer, buy, sell options, futures, forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So let's go ahead and start like we always start, and that is with the news. So I'm going to stop and then share again the news. So we're going to go here. Okay. So they made too much money. How's that work? Okay. That's the first. And maybe because of the consistency rule. Maybe that's what you're getting hit on. Okay. All right. So let's see what the economic calendar has to say here. We do, I believe, today is EIA. All right. So EIA inventories for those crude oil traders is today. So we need to be aware of that. So we'll go ahead and select the U.S. news and filter these out. Okay. All right. We'll go back to the top and then take a look. All right. So we have a few 3-star events here. All right. We have, again, Federal Chair Powell testifying today at 10 o'clock. But 10 o'clock, again, should be something that's already marked in your calendars. Crude oil inventories, as I mentioned. Crude oil inventories is happening today at 10:30 Eastern time. Okay. Let's see. We have the 10-year note auction coming in at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. We have another FOMC member, Bowman, speaking at 2:30 Eastern. Okay, that's a 2-star event, but anytime we have an FOMC member speaking, that's always something to make note of. Okay. All right. So yeah, so fair. I would say fair amount of news, not overly heavy news day. We had an OPEC report here already take place, I guess, this earlier today. So all right, so let's move on away from the news here, and let's start reviewing some markets. So we're gonna go here and open up this here. All right. Okay. Now, I did my homework. Identify my levels here yesterday, so I should be able to get through this a little bit better than I did yesterday. I have this kind of double posting that I'm doing in posting my levels for Top Step, and they'd like to have that, before a certain time. So can't do two things at once. So I decided to do it in all one shot, and that proved to be a little bit too much. Okay, so I did do my homework, and I did post my levels prior to this last night. So I have those available to me, and as we get through the charts here, it's going to be a lot easier for me to share them. Okay. All right. Let's move this over to the side as I pull this over here so that I have them available to me. Okay. Hopefully everybody is aware of where those top step levels live on the top step website. I do post those on a daily basis. So if you do miss this, and I guess can't find the recording or what have you, there's a single place where you can find them. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and start to analyze the markets. So as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to go with the main four to start because I know I do have some opening range traders in the group. So we'll go ahead and start with our bread and butter here, and that's the gold. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this chart here. So nice and visible here to everyone. Okay. So as we start every market, we always start with the daily. All right. So daily chart, we always ask ourselves the question: what direction is the market trying to go? Well, as I mentioned before, we we seem to be in this, say 2,400 to 2,300 type of range in the gold market. Now, if I'm only looking at the last few set of candles, what direction is it trying to go? Well, we look here, and we're starting to develop some structure that would lead us to believe that we're headed higher. We technically broke above this level, I guess the close of this level or open, I should say. But we have yet to make a new high. We have a developing, I guess, Maribozu candle that's still inside this candle, but then nonetheless, the market is trying to head higher. We have a break of structure here. We have break of structure here. So what we're looking for is another break of structure to come back to the 2,400 level. Okay, but nonetheless, the daily chart indicates that we are potentially headed higher in gold. For our chart. Okay, so here we have our series of candles here, as I mentioned, right? We have this kind of staircase action that's taking place. We had this another failure of this head and shoulder pattern. I see more failures of this pattern than I see of success. But if we make this the left shoulder, this the head, this is the right shoulder. The idea with these patterns is that it's supposed to be a precursor of where the market might go. Well, all I see is a failure of this pattern. It actually reverses. So maybe I need to play it a different way. But nonetheless, we had a break of structure to the upside, okay, in gold here. All right. 4 hour is also indicating higher prices. All right. 30-minute chart. Okay. Let's go ahead and cover the levels. Okay, we'll get those out of the way. I have them here ready and able, so it'll be a lot easier for me to kind of call this out. And then all I really need to do is really, kind of talk through what maybe some scenarios that we should be focused in on. Okay, so those are the levels. Okay, that I'm going to be paying attention to in this market. Okay, so I'm don't know why this initial balance is in gray, but we're going to correct that here. So we are 1 hour and we're going to make this blue. Okay. And there's my initial balance level. Now, I don't know about you, but this is a quite narrow initial balance range. I don't know if it continues to stay that. Maybe because of there's some sort of news event that might be taking place or will be taking place. Nobody wants to put a stake in whatever direction of this market here. Okay. So in any case, the initial balance range is relatively narrow. Okay. Market, much like what we've seen on the 4 hour and the daily, continuing to break structure to the upside. Okay. We are staircasing our way up, right? So again, market is aligned with the higher time frame. It looks like it appears that it wants to head higher. All the things that we look at. I have a VWAP here that has some bands. I'm going to go ahead and turn them off. I'm not really interested in looking at the bands here, so we don't need an upper band or a lower band. We just need the main band in the middle. All right, so we're above VWAP. We are above EMA. We are above settlement price. Okay, but like I said, like with anything, right? We don't get too far above these levels before they want to come back and revisit them. Okay, so just like we had the bounces off of VWAP over here, we are a little bit extended in this market to the upside here. We're starting to see a little bit of seller pressure, as noted by these wicks here. I don't know why I do not have. Let's go volume delta here. Okay, add that there to the bottom. Okay, all right. Let's open up. Let's open up the fixed range volume profile here to start. So let's locate that, and okay, there's my fixed range volume profile. I'm going to locate the 530 bar, drag that across to the 130 bar, which is right about there. Okay, so no surprise here that we are seeing that the price is well above value, right? It tells us that the bulls are very much in control of this market. Okay, for now. Okay. I'm gonna extend that line out here. So that's the value area high line. Okay, value area high. Okay, so that obviously is going to be an area of interest for me to participate in any sort of potential bounce off of this market, right? If this is where the value is, okay, well, I'm going to try to get as close to value as possible, as close to fair price as I can. Okay. So that would be a logical reference level for me, okay, to be interested in the long side. VWAP, another area. I'm going to go ahead and draw in a anchored VWAP, okay, off of this pivot level, this pivot low here. So we're going to go ahead and start here. I'm going to select that candle, and here we are, another logical level, okay? So we have the daily VWAP serving as a location. We have the value area high. We have EMA. We have all these levels below us that could serve as logical areas for us to participate in the market, okay? Otherwise, the next logical level would be to see if we do get a break of initial balance here, right? If initial balance breaks to the upside with some momentum, then maybe an initial balance high or maybe even initial balance low could offer us a location to participate in a long trade. All right, so I'm not going to call out the levels here, but I am going to open up ASR and ADR, okay, just to give us a reference level of where these, make sure that we have the correct 2376. 376. Okay, this needs a little bit of adjustment. So 2376. Oops. 6.3. Okay, 376. Just gotta make a little bit of an adjustment here, guys. Okay, so we have an ADR that we've already exceeded. Okay, that again is another indication that we might be in a sustained auction to the upside. The fact that we've broken ADR on the first bar, or is an indication that we might be in a sustained auction to the upside. So it's going to be, we have to be careful on finding some good levels to participate in the market. This level here at 23 was at 2381. Okay. Prior resistance level could also be another area to support along. Okay. So we have a number of areas on the long side. What would be some logical areas on the sell side? Well, we've already exceeded ADR. We're well above ASR, so we can't leverage those two. But if we look to the left of this market, obviously we have 2400, we have 2395, we have this 2393. Okay, 2393.4. We are closer to the market. We're kind of at a level now. Okay, we have this prior ASR levels here that also could prove to be resistant here. Okay, so those are some of the areas. Only problem I have with the bearish trade at the moment is that I'm not aligned with the higher time frame direction. Okay, so if I participate in any sort of bear move, I have to, I would say, mute my expectations on how far this can go. Now, could it go all the way down to settlement? Absolutely. Could it stall at daily VWAP, or could it at the top of this ASR range? Absolutely, right? So I just need to, we need to set our appropriate expectations given the general bullish of the market here. All right. So let's see if there's any questions. I have my levels up. I'm going to double confirm them real quickly here. We got 2388. 5. Okay, they look okay to me. All right, if there's no questions, we're going to move on to our next market, and that's crude oil. All right, so we're going to move on to crude oil. Okay, so here we are, crude oil market. We're going to turn some of these things off here. Okay, and we're going to open up the daily chart. Okay, the market has been moving down of late. Okay, which is I'm thankful to see, because that means I'm paying slightly less at the pump. Okay, so we have here on the daily chart, we've been in this kind of bullish move here, right? If I do draw some structure here, right, or not structure, but if I draw my favorite drawing tool, and that's the parallel lines here, right? I can see that we've broken some structure here to the downside. Okay, while the market has been up of late, okay, up since June. Okay, we're starting to see that there is some price structure, a price structure here to indicate that we might be starting to move lower. Now, we are in a location here. Okay, I can't ignore it. We are in a location where we could expect some reaction. All right, we could expect we're in pretty deep. All right, and buyers have not technically stepped in here. Okay, but nonetheless, it's still an area of interest. Okay, we have another area below here. Okay, I'm looking at the daily. These are daily demand levels. Okay, this level down here around 79. Okay, is also another logical level, right, for an area that price could potentially bounce off of. All right, these areas. You want me to check value high for gold? Yeah, I think I did that, didn't I? 2376.3. I'll go back here in a minute. Let's go ahead and do that now. So GC. Okay, so I've identified 2376 value area. High is actually 23 right here. Let's stretch this out here a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at this. So that's 2372.2. Okay, you're right. That needs to be modified. 2372.2. Okay, and let's see. While we're at it, we'll check value area low here. Make sure that I got that right. So that's 2364. Okay, that looks about right. Yeah, maybe off a tick or two, but I think it's good enough for government work. All right. Thank you for pointing that out, Frizu. All right. Let's go back to our review of crude oil. Okay. So here we are again. This is our, we just were kind of reviewing the daily. Okay. So the market of late has been trying to head lower. It's coming into an area here where it could receive some support. I'm looking at the volume right now and looking at this move right now. And I have to admit, I'm not overly impressed with the volume, okay, that we're getting with this move to the downside. Okay. We do have volume kind of decreasing. Okay. As price is moving down, volume is decreasing. Is that a good formula, guys? If I'm moving in a specific direction and I see the volume in that direction waning, is that a good sign if I'm looking short? No one? All right. Okay. So let's continue. So no, it isn't, right? If I see volume it's kind of is coming down and I'm expecting this move to continue, I'd like to see volume continue to grow, much like this area over here, right? Right? You see, price is moving lower, and the volume is also moving lower. This is a confidence builder that I'm in a good move. If I'm entering short here and I see this kind of volume, I have to be concerned, right? You want volume, exactly, Keith. You want volume to go up, right, to support the direction of your trade here. So this is not volume supporting this move here. Okay, so be aware of that. All right. So crude oil coming down, but not impressive, right? Not in the volume sense. Everyone is not bought in on that idea. Okay. Okay. So moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, for our chart, we're coming into, like I said before, we've broken some structure here to the downside. We're now coming into an area where we could expect some buyers. Looks like some of them stepped in here. I do see that we are starting to get some buy volume, right? You can see here it's kind of buy volume coming in and it's growing, right? The sell volume is not growing at the same rate as the sell volume. All right. So for our while bearish coming into a demand area, it's looking like it wants to reverse away from these levels. 30-minute chart. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and paste my levels. We need to double confirm them because I guess there might be some errors here. So I want to double confirm them. So we'll go ahead and copy paste them here. Okay. We'll go ahead and put that in here. The market has already opened. Okay. So here are our levels for crude oil. All right. In the interest of time here, I'm not going to go through them individually. We're just going to capture it here. Come on now. There we go. There are our levels for crude oil. Okay. We'll go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile here. So we're going to locate the 9 o'clock bar from Tuesday here, and that is over before this here. Boom, boom. Okay, there it is. Drag that across to the 1330 bar, and here we are. Okay, so we have just going to double confirm some of these numbers that I have here. So this is value area high, so that 8207 value area high, slightly higher. Let's make sure that I started this at the right location. Looks like I did. Well, actually, technically, it's right here. So, but yeah, it's still 8205. 8205 is our value area high here. 8205. Okay. Settlement appears to be correct. My value area low is 8146. 8145. Okay. I'm going to modify that. Okay. Go ahead and make those same modifications over on the numbers I have. So we have 82, 8205, and then low we have 8145. Okay. All right. So I've adjusted those there. So looks like we are developing some structure here, right? We have kind of some structure here that looks like it wants to go higher here. Okay. So we have value area low here. All right. Value area low. If we do manage to close inside value area low, we might be in store for a value area acceptance play, right? If we do manage to close inside this, then we have this range to participate in. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just open up our ADR levels and our ASR levels. Okay. So we have ADR levels above us here at around that same level. Was that 82? Is that what is that? Actually, looks like it's a little. See, we got ASR. Looks like moved down on me. Okay. So we have 8191 as our ASR high. Okay. So we have 8191 as our ASR high. We have ADR high here. Let's make sure I know which one I'm talking about here. Let's turn this off for a second. Okay, so we have ADR high here at 8257, which is about right. Okay, so this ASR high needs to be adjusted to 8191. So this is ADR high is 8256. Okay, 56. Bear with me, guys, as I get this updated here. And then my ASR high is 8191. Okay, 8191. Okay, and then let's see, 8205 is value area high. That's right. 8145 value area low. That's right. Okay, all these other numbers look okay to me. Let's double confirm value area low here. So where's my value area low? Not value area low, my ASR low. My ASR low is down below here at 8066. ASR low, 8066. So that needs a little bit of adjusting. So 8066, okay, is my ASR low. Again, we'll adjust it here. Okay. 8066 is our ASR low. All right. Okay. Now that I got all that out of the way, what is this market going to do? Well, we've already talked about the value area acceptance play here, right? There's a possibility that we do accept value. All right. If we do manage to close inside it, then we open up the opportunity to reach ASR highs and value area highs. Okay. But the first order of business is that we need to close back inside value. Now I'm looking at the volume here. The volume, we see that volume is decreasing. So to the short side, which is a good indication, right? Because that's what we want to see. But we obviously need to see some positive buy volume here. We have yet to see that. Okay, so yeah, that's one scenario though, right? We need to close back to head back to these prices. If value area low proves to be resistant, okay, then we are probably we're at a logical location to participate in a short trade back down to ASR low, maybe down to ADR low. Okay, well we're at an ADR low already. Okay, we've exceeded it, come back above it. So ASR low is kind of the destination here for a short trade using the reference level of value area low, okay, as our reference, right? Stop slightly inside value, move down to this area down here. Okay, so that's a bullish and a bearish scenario. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I want to open up initial balance. So there's our initial balance range. The initial balance range may be a bit muted because there's news in the horizon here in about an hour and a half. So it may hang out in this initial balance range and not make any sort of initiative move unless the number somehow magically gets into the hands of these market participants, which I don't 100% rule out here. Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I want to say about crude oil, right? So we have an opportunity, to the bullish side. If we manage to close inside value, it can go to the top of this range, maybe all the way through value here. Okay, that's one scenario, and we've already spoken about the bearish scenario at the same level, right? So we're either buy above or sell below. Okay, and then we've our targets. Okay. Taking a look to see if there's any questions on this market before we move on. I don't see them, so we're going to move on to the Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq market. I'm going to take a peek at the daily, but I think I know what the answer to this question is. If this is not bullish structure, guys, I don't know what the definition is. Okay, we are very much in bullish structure to the upside. Okay, I don't know if we've been saying that for quite some time. Okay, but nonetheless, the market still remains bullish. Okay, that's what the market is trying to do. All right, for our chart. Okay, similar sentiment. We're going to turn off initial balance here, but the sentiment remains the same. That also is bullish, and we have a bullish candle developing as well. Okay, so we have a bullish candle developing on the daily. We have a bullish candle developing on the 4-hour. Bullish. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, this is where we're going to call out our levels here. Okay. All right, still very much bullish. We've already broken some structure here on the left-hand side. We have not gotten quite above this 20,771, but the market, the structure here is still very much bullish. All right, so let me go ahead and copy and paste my levels that I captured in the spreadsheet here. We're going to go ahead and add them here. Okay, there they are. We're going to double confirm them. So we're going to turn on our volume profile here. We're going to go back to Tuesday and locate the 9:30 candle. There it is. Drag that across to the 4:30 candle. There it is. All right, so price remains above value. Okay, I'm going to call this level out here. I'm going to double confirm that we have the right number. So this looks like 20,722, and that's what I have. I'm going to go open up ADR. ADR looks like is already opened, so that's way above us here at 20,810. See, 810 is it? No, 810, 808. What is it? Yeah, 808 is correct. Looks like more like 809 to me. That I double confirm. Let's see, right about there. Yeah, let's modify that to 808.75 here, guys. Modify that. I'm going to make a little executive decision here on the ADR high. ASR is probably going to adjust a little bit lower, maybe. No, it's still above us here around 820, so that is correct. Okay, so let's just go make this slight modification here on the spreadsheet. Okay, we'll continue talking through some scenarios here. Okay, all right. So initial balance is not a consideration because the market has not opened yet. Okay, so what to make of this market? Well, obviously we need to be looking for opportunities that will take us to the bullish side, right? So this area right here, the daily VWAP, okay, will offers us value area high, offers us good location to participate in longs. If I'm short in the trade, well, you're a brave man. If I'm short on this market, well, I really need to demand extremes, okay, of streams in markets up here at this ADR high, ASR highs. These are areas that I would need to focus on in order to participate in a short trade. That is not to say that we can't come back to value area high. That does not mean that we can't close inside value and head down to settlement price. Those are all within the realm of possibility here. Okay, just because I'm bullish in the market does not. This is a reasonable move, right? People, when they get into a market, do they want to get in at an extreme price, or do they want to get it closer into value? Well, they want to get closer to value, so they drive price lower. So this would be a logical location. This would be a logical location. Could I create a short trade from that? Absolutely. Okay. You could absolutely create a short trade from that, but the market remains bearish, right? At any point down in this path, buyers can step in, okay, and we need to be aware of that. Okay, all right. I think that is what I wanted to call out here on the NASDAQ. I'm going to take a peek here and see if there's any questions on anything that I've shared here with NASDAQ. Obviously, again, guys, I'm going to be focused in on the bullish side if I'm in this market, but I'm open. If I see an opportunity and it gives me a good enough risk reward, then taking a trade back to VWAP is not out of the question. Taking a bearish trade down to settlement price is not out of the question. It's very clean here, right? The only thing that's standing in its way is VWAP and value area high for a move back to down to settlement. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw in my anchored VWAP here, just so I have it. Okay, I'm going to use this pivot right here. So lo and behold, look at where this anchored VWAP is. We have a bit of confluence here, right? Right? Yes, it's going to depend on how the market opens into the volume profile. Correct, right? It could come slamming down to this area and reverse away from it, or it could come in here and potentially come back down to settlement price. Okay, but yes, I agree with what you're saying there, DX. It's going to depend on how it opens. Okay, all right. I think that's all I have to say for the NASDAQ. All right, we're going to go ahead and move into ES. Okay. And then we'll go and look at some of these secondary markets like RBOB and Platinum, but I wanted to get the main four out of the way here. Okay. So if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to forego the review of the daily and the 4-hour. I think we all know. I'll take a peek at the 4-hour just to be sure. But the 4-hour is also breaking some structure here to the upside. in an otherwise upward moving market, right? Structure remains to the upside. We should be favoring the bulls, okay, in these equity markets. All right, maybe it's not the case for the Dow, but certainly for the equities like S&P and Nasdaq, that is the case. Okay. All right. So let's call out our levels. I have those kind of captured here already. So we'll cut and paste those in. Okay. I have those captured in a spreadsheet. Did my homework last night. Okay. And I'll go ahead and, cut those, paste those in here. All right. In the interest of time here, because I did go well over my normal hour that I did last time. Don't want to do that because I do have a fair number of you that do these opening range trades. Okay. All right. So we have our levels. I'm going to go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile for reference here. So we'll look at locate Tuesday. We're going to locate the 630 bar, I think, right there, I think. And we're going to drag that to the 1330 bar. So right there. Okay. So let's see, make sure. Okay. Boom. Okay. Let's see. 56. Stretch this out here a little bit. Okay, so this is 5638 is what I have as value area high. Not value, yeah, value area high. I'm going to double confirm here that I picked the correct starting point. Yes, I did. So 5638.75 is kind of what I'm seeing as value area high here. Okay, so I'm going to bring that down. 5638. Yeah, it looks like I just need to modify this number here. Okay, 5638.75. Okay, on the value area high side. Okay, and value area low, just going to confirm that is 5630. Looks like. Is that right? Let's see here. Sorry, guys, just kind of double confirming the numbers I called out here. Yeah, that seems about right. 5620.75. Okay. All right. Let's open up some of our 80. We have ADR above us. We have ADR and ASR below us here. Okay. So, and we're kind of on the upper third of the market here. All right. So again, guys, I'm not sure exactly what this green bar is. Okay. All right. Maybe it's prior resistance. That's why probably I drew it. Let's put that back in here. This is prior resistance would become support. Okay. Color that in green. Okay. So this area here could be offer us a bounce point for a bullish trade, right? Prior resistance becomes support. We have value area high also offering us a location for a reversal in price right here. Okay. These two locations could also offer us reversal in price. We have VWAP, daily VWAP. We have settlement price. These are all logical locations for reversal in price. If I'm bearish, I need to focus on the extremes up by ASR and ADR. Those are the areas I need to focus in on. I don't have an initial balance range because the market has not opened yet. So, but those would be the logical areas for me to look to participate in this market here. Okay. Seeing some volume here to the short side at the moment. Price is congruent, I guess, to this volume here, but I can't say that is overly impressive. Okay, the volume here is not overly impressive to the short side, right? Not overly impressive yet. Okay, but the market still is we're in pre-market. All right, captured our levels. Any questions on ES before I move on to sort of these secondary markets? I do wanted to get through these main markets, before, we got too far into the session here to support my opening range folks. So they have those numbers before the potential opening range trade. Okay. All right. So if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and move into a couple of secondary markets, and that is RBOB, okay? And that is a correlated market for crude oil, okay? And we're just going to take a peek here at what this market is trying to do, because I'm always interested to see how much am I going to pay in the pump. And I'm happy to see that the price of RBOB is our gasoline futures is going down, right? So that could spell could offer me some respite here. Okay, so we're starting to see some structure to the downside. Okay, we got a move down. We got a little bit of a retracement, some break of structure, but now we've resumed our move to the downside. So the market on the daily is looking to go lower. Okay, in the RBOB 4-hour chart. Okay, similar story. We have a developing engulfing candle. It's starting to get below some of these levels here. Okay, we have the 233 EMA. We have VWAP here. Also looking. Let's see if this is VWAP. Make sure. No, is it? VWAP is a little higher. I'm not sure. This must be some sort of anchored VWAP of some sort. Okay. I think I drew a little anchored VWAP off the open here. Okay. But nonetheless, it's also breaking some structure to the downside. Okay. So both the daily and the 4-hour looking lower. 30-minute chart. Okay. 30-minute chart. I don't have pre-established levels here, so we'll have to manually, cover these as we go. All right. So we have some where prices moving down, and we have some accelerated volume in that same direction. So volume is aligned with the direction of the market here. All right. So let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. And since this is a correlated market to crude oil, it opens up at the same time here. So I'm going to drag that from 9 o'clock over to 4:30, and there we are. So price is below. Okay, so bears are very much in control of this market. So I need to look for potential bearish trades. And where am I going to locate those? Well, let's first start off by opening up initial balance here. Okay, so we're going to end the initial balance. So we have initial balance range. This is kind of bothering me here, so I'm going to go ahead and close these off here. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is draw my anchored VWAP from settlement. Okay, so I'm going to use this pivot right here and to draw my anchor VWAP. So as long as price stays below that, okay, I'm feeling good about the shorts. I'm also liking the fact that we have some volume to support this as well. Okay, let's go ahead and call out our ADR levels and all these other levels that we capture in some other instruments. So we have ADR high here at $2 and let's say, what is that? 56. 255. Well, let's call it ADR high is 256, $2.5600. Okay, ADR low here at what is that? $2.51. Is it 50? Looks like at $2.50 and change. We've got $2.50. Okay. 73, it looks like. Okay. And then we're going to turn off ADR and turn on ASR here. And those numbers on the top side, we have $2.52, 252.65, 252.65. Okay. And then on the bottom, we have 248.22. Is it 248.22? It is our low, 248.22. Okay, and then what else do we capture here? We got settlement price. That's over here, and that's looks like 2.5. Looks like right on the top, almost the same location. We got 252.76 as our settlement price. Settlement 252.76. 5276. Okay. Yeah. So those are kind of my main levels that we're going to be capturing here. We got value area low and value area high here. Also, let's see, we got value area high here at 254 and change, and then we got value area low here at 252. Okay, so let's see what are some hypos for this market. Okay, we have a bearish structure. All right, so we're going to be looking at any sort of reference level that would allow us and support us in a bearish move. Okay, so we have anchored VWAP. Okay, so price remains below anchored VWAP. We can use anchored VWAP as a reference level for lower trade or price trade to head lower. Where could this head to? Well, we have we have ASR below us. Okay, that could be an area, a target. We've already exceeded ADR to the downside. Okay, so we could be in a directional move to the downside. Okay, so bears are obviously the flavor of choice today in RBOB. All right, where's the logical location for potential reversal? We have ASR low here at 248 and change. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at on the RBOB side. Okay, so the last market, and then we'll close out the session here, and that's platinum. Okay, all right, we'll look at platinum. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the daily quickly and see what the market is trying to do here. Okay, similar to what we were seeing in the gold. Okay, it's kind of been kind of bouncing around between two levels here, as high as 1100, down as low as a 960. Okay, so it's been kind of ranging of late here. Okay, I'm going to move this over to the right here a little bit, or left, I should say, not the charts. This here. Okay, let's move that over there. All right, so what is the market trying to do of late? Well, the market is trying to move higher of late. Okay, so we've got a break to the upside, met with some sellers, haven't really broken significant structure to the downside, and we have a developing bullish candle off the top of this flag pattern, bearish flag that we have created here. Okay, as long as we stay above this, then expectation is that it could continue to the upside. Okay, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is telling us similar kinds of things. Okay, I'm going to turn off some of these levels here. All right, it's telling us similar kinds of things. We have the market is just above this channel I had drawn on the daily. We've kind of grinded our way back down and now met some buying. It's also around this 233-day EMA. So I have a reference level. We have a little bit of a double bottom that's created here. So yes, the 4-hour chart looks like we're at support, okay, for a potential move higher. Okay, potential, I say, because we have this selling wick, which is kind of a little bit of a concern. If I'm looking at a long opportunity, I don't want to see wicks. Okay, and we looks like we got a little bit of a rejection here with respect to volume as well. Okay, some volume stepped into the short side. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Okay, we are kind of hovering in this case just below EMA. Our volume has not really indicated, it's not bearish, and it's just slightly bullish. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. Now this is a correlated market to gold, so it's going to have the same open. So we're going to locate the 830 bar. Here we are, drag that across to the 430 bar. And we are, let's go ahead and also open up initial balance. So we are hovering around value area high. Okay. Price is hovering around value area high here. Okay. So this was the opening bar. It opened slightly above value. It's poked its head inside, failed, poked its head a second time, failed. And maybe it's got the legs now to maybe continue a move to the downside. We'll have to see what the volume brings. Okay. But that's kind of what it's looking like in platinum so far. All right. So let's start calling out some of our levels. Okay. We have ADR. We have ASR. Okay. So we have ADR high here in the platinum. Okay. Is what was that? 1015, 10, let's call it 1015.1. 1015.1. We have okay, we have 1017.2 on the ASR side. ADR low, okay, is where is this ADR low? ADR low is way low. Okay, that is what was that? 986, is it? 986, looks like 986.9. Okay, on the low side. Okay, and then ASR has it at 999.4. Okay, 9999.4. And then our settlement price is, what is our settlement price? Is looks like just a hair above 1,000, looks like. Is it? Where is settlement? It's 996, looks like, or 999. Right here, 990. Looks like 999 maybe and change. 999.2, I think, somewhere in that range. Okay. So what are our hypos for platinum today? Okay. Well, we have a market structure that is bullish. Okay. We are above value. Okay, which is also a bullish indicator. We have a developing bullish candle here. We don't know exactly how this is going to close. We are in the middle of initial balance. We are in the middle of the ranges, maybe on the upper third for ADR, but certainly in the middle for the ASR range. Okay. If we do manage to close above this 10-10-6, then we have certainly an opportunity to get up to 10-17.2. Okay, which is a fair move there. If I'm bearish in the market, well, I need to look at it at extremes. Well, where are extremes? ASR. But right now, I would say that we need to look for bullish opportunities. I'm going to be interested to see how well price reacts off of IB high here and see if it offers us an opportunity for a bearish trade. Okay, maybe a failed auction trade off of this EMA level. Okay, it's already kind of reacted away from it. Really didn't get a whole lot of legs volume wise for lower prices before buyer volume started to step in here. Okay, so yeah, so again, initial balance high is going to be kind of a key metric for me. If it gets above it with some momentum, with some volume, then I think we have a chance to get up to some of these highs here, 1017.2, maybe as high as 1024. Okay, as I look here on the left-hand side. Okay. All right. I think that is all. We're going to go ahead and close out the session here. I see how we have a fair amount of likes. I have some folks here holding on to the end here. So I'm going to wish you guys again to remind you guys that we do have EIA today. So be aware of that. So trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader, guys. I'll see some of you in the Coach Ray's channel. Others, I will see you during group coaching later this afternoon. Until then, Happy trading.